Hola y un fuerte abrazo. Today's video is all about Airbnb income. Yes, I said I would do it, and I'm going to give you numbers. Okay, so truth be told, this is 100% unscripted. Normally I would even have bullet points, but what I did, because you all wanted to know, so I listened, is I looked at the income for my Airbnb rental that I call the library house, the little 1-bedroom house. And some of these are a little bit averages because if a person books for a longer period of time, there's a slight discount. But here's what I discovered on the library house. The library house is a 1-bedroom house. It does have a sleeper Murphy bed, but that doesn't get used very often. People do tend to stay for a little bit longer when they come to the library house, and they might have a guest stay, some friends from out of town stay a night or two, and then they use the Murphy bed, which is very comfortable, just saying. Anyhow, so I had it booked about 50% of the year. And all in all, the total income I brought in after Airbnb withheld my Mexican taxes, which there are two kinds of taxes on short-term rentals in Mexico. So after tax withholding, I brought in about $17,674 for the year at about 50% occupancy. I did close it a little bit last year for a few home maintenance things. And then also keep in mind, because my house isn't quite ready yet, that I stay there. So, I'm not paying myself to stay there. Anyhow, I love this little house too. I hope you get a chance to stay there sometime. Or the other, the Blue Cactus house. All right, here we go. So expenses are as follows. Property management is 5,000 pesos a month in this case, and that translates today to about $3,270 for the year. The fideicomiso, the bank trust, I have to pay that once a year. It's $522 for the year. This doesn't matter what size property you have. It is what it is. I rent a parking space next door for my guests. I don't charge the guests extra for it, and the price is going up every year. And I pay an entire year in advance, so I get a little discount. And this year it was 9,700 pesos, which translated to about $528 for the year to offer that parking space, which I'll keep, Pool maintenance, so every time there is a turnover and the pool keeper comes the morning of the new guest, this is so weird. It's 450 pesos, and I estimated I used them X number of times, and that turned out to be about $450. Sorry if my phone's being a little bouncy there. Next thing up, house cleaning and laundry. House cleaning is 750 pesos, but we also send the sheets and towels to the actual laundromat, and those end up being about 30 pesos per time. And so I figured over the whole year, I spent about $818 on house cleaning and laundry. Now, and some supplies. In other supplies, I like coffee. Oh, wait a minute. This is so funny. I actually just did make this cup of coffee. See, it's gonna light up my glasses. I like coffee. I like to provide coffee for guests. I spend I'd say about $100 a year on coffee. I get really good coffee, and I'm not changing it. It's a personal value of mine. Or tea for my teetotalers. For pool supplies, a few times a year, got to buy some pool chemicals and things like that. That worked out to be about $60 for the year. And then shampoo. I provide shampoo, conditioner, and little soaps. They are sulfate-free, paraben-free. They're from a little local shop that makes honey-based products, and they're really lovely. So those products are also at the Blue Cactus house. I like providing that. And that was about $50 for the whole year because I buy the big jugs. Internet is kind of on par with the US, oddly enough. Oh, I didn't put electric in here. Oh, that's another story. Internet is about $50 a month, so $600 for the year. Property tax for the entire house is $200, a little bit less for the whole year. Darn it, I forgot to touch on internet. I would say that internet is between $50 to $75 a month, depending on the month, depending on the guest. So my total expenses, I have $678 here, but let's bump that up for internet and call it $7,000. I took in about $17,674. So let's roundy some things here. We're gonna roundy and say I brought in about $10,000 for the year. When I move there, I will be doing the property management myself. So that will bring that cost up a little bit. I no longer have to buy jugs of water because, which that wasn't expensive anyway, but it was also a little awkward if a guest ran out of water mid-stay. And like me, I'm not going to lift up that big garrafon, and it would be a mess if I tried to, because it was up on the counter. But now there's reverse osmosis. So some things should settle out a little bit better. And also when I'm living there and not working full time and spending time with family, I'll be able to promote and work on bookings for the library house and the Blue Cactus house much more than I have in the past. But all in all, after everything's paid and done, I brought in about $10,000 for the year for a sweet little 1-bedroom in Centro. I'd like to up that to where I bring in, maybe $1,200 net a month there. And I think that's very, very doable. Now for 2025, I'm willing myself to keep better track of things than I do. I've started a spreadsheet. Spreadsheets make me happy. And 2025 is just going to be ridiculous because I did a bathroom remodel at the library house that I'm very excited about. Matter of fact, I will show you some pictures here and tell you why. So here's the why. Even though the finishes were nice and quality finishes, I didn't think they were in keeping with the theme of the house, for one. But that bathroom sink has always bugged me to no end because it's one of these Home Depot, plop it in place, all in one piece of furniture. But one, it was MDF, and around moisture in the humidity, it just started falling apart. But the big rub for me about this, and I think super practically, even though I love design and pretty things, for me, it's all practical. On each side of the sink, there is 2 inches to set your things down. If you have a makeup bag or your toiletries kit, your toothbrush, whatever, I would set a water glass on the corner for brushing my teeth, and I'd use the shot glass. Only thing I use the shot glass for, to stick a toothbrush in, and I'd set those on the sink. And I just thought how uninviting for a guest to not be able to put their things out. So here's what I did, which means 2025 will be almost a zero profit year, but that's okay. I completely gutted the bathroom. I just popped into the library house to check on the progress of the remodel. Just having a moment. They gutted the bathroom. The washing machine that used to be next to the toilet, I moved out to the back of the bodega. I'll tell you about that in a minute. Now, the toilet went from the old location in the bathroom to where the washing machine was, so that I could have this beautiful custom counter made that allowed the door to open, because it's really narrow where the door opens, and then it takes kind of a banjo countertop shape. Now, guests have lots of room for your vitamins, your prescriptions, your hair product, your makeup, whatever it is that you need to set out on the counter in the bathroom. And there's enough room on each side of the sink to where each person has their dedicated space. I'm saying a little something about my personality there. It's like, this is my side of the sink. Okay. I'm over here. You're over there. And just keep your stuff on your side of the sink. Yeah. So, and I think it's warming. It's a little more in keeping in theme with the house. The tiles I had taken from the tiles of my own house that I'm remodeling right now. And I chose those tiles in there because they are the same time frame as the other tiles in the house. And what happened though, I'm just totally rambling, but you know, there's some good stuff in here for you. What happened was when they started the remodel and opened things up, the copper pipes, which I'm from the US, I think, oh, copper pipes, that's great. No, they were rusted and broken in several spots. So not the light remodel that it started out to be. All new plumbing in there. And then I decided to add the reverse osmosis drinking water. So that's nice. New pump. So really good pressure. And then in the back, I told you I moved the washing machine to the bodega. And great use of space here. The bodega used to like run along the back wall, kind of on the kitchen wall, if you will, kitchen and bathroom wall. So I had it turned, and by turned, I mean, they broke up all of the concrete and hauled it out and rebuilt it kind of thing. So turned is not as simple as it sounds, but now it faces the wall that goes against the parking lot, which opens up a huge extra patio space. So now I've got some nice wicker patio furniture with cushions back there. So I'm very excited about the changes. It means 2025 isn't really a profit year for me, but that's okay. The house is paid for itself throughout the year. And 2026, since I'll be living in Mérida and this is my income, then it should be back into being more of a profit engine. Boy, that was a long way of me telling you what expenses were, but I hope that that gives you some insight into owning and operating an Airbnb in Mérida, Mexico. Let me know what some of your questions are, or if you have an Airbnb in Mexico. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks again for watching. Un fuerte abrazo, besitos, y cuídate mucho. And try my coffee. It's very good. It's organic coffee from Chiapas. Dark roast. Okay, stop watching.